secrets of the African bush elephant: strength, family and life. In the vast savannas and woodlands of Africa, where acacia trees dot the horizon and the golden grass sways in the warm breeze, lives one of the continent's most magnificent creatures, the African bush elephant. These gentle giants, scientifically known as Loxodonta africana, are far more than the largest land mammals on Earth. They are architects of their environment, keepers of ancient wisdom, and masters of complex social bonds that rival those of any species on the planet. Titans of the African landscape. Standing up to 13 feet tall at the shoulder and weighing as much as 14,000 pounds, African bush elephants command respect through sheer physical presence alone. Their massive bodies are perfectly adapted to life in Africa's challenging environments, from the scorching Kalahari Desert to the lush floodplains of the Okavango Delta. The elephant's trunk, containing over 40,000 muscles, serves as perhaps the most versatile appendage in the animal kingdom. This remarkable organ functions simultaneously as a hand, nose, snorkel, and communication device. With their trunks, elephants can delicately pluck a single blade of grass or uproot an entire tree weighing several tons. They use it to caress their young, comfort distressed family members, and even shake hands when greeting other elephants after long separations. Their iconic tusks, which are actually elongated incisor teeth, grow continuously throughout their lives. These ivory weapons and tools can reach lengths of over 10 feet and weigh more than 100 pounds each. Bulls use their tusks for displays of dominance and occasional battles, while both sexes employ them for stripping bark from trees, digging for water and minerals, and moving obstacles from their paths. The elephant's skin, despite appearing smooth from a distance, is actually deeply wrinkled and can be up to 2 inches thick. These wrinkles serve a crucial purpose in thermoregulation, creating channels that trap moisture and mud, helping to cool the animal's massive body. Their large ears, which can span 6 feet across, act as natural air conditioners, flapping to create cooling breezes while also serving as individual identification markers. No two elephants have identical ear patterns. The matriarchal society. Perhaps no aspect of elephant life is more fascinating than their complex matriarchal society. African bush elephant herds are led by the oldest and most experienced female, known as the matriarch. This wise leader, often 40 to 60 years old, guides her family group through the challenges of African wilderness life using decades of accumulated knowledge. The basic family unit typically consists of the matriarch, her daughters, and their offspring, creating multi-generational groups of 10 to 30 individuals. Sons remain with the herd until they reach sexual maturity around 12 to 15 years of age, at which point they either live solitary lives or form loose bachelor groups with other males. The matriarch's role extends far beyond simple leadership. She possesses an incredible memory that becomes the family's survival guide. During droughts, she remembers the locations of water sources that may not have been visited for decades. She knows the safest migration routes, the timing of seasonal food availability, and which areas to avoid during different times of the year. This knowledge, passed down through generations of matriarchs, represents a form of cultural inheritance that scientists are only beginning to understand. When the matriarch dies, typically the eldest daughter assumes leadership, though sometimes there may be a period of uncertainty as the family adjusts to new leadership. The loss of an experienced matriarch can be devastating for a herd, particularly during challenging environmental conditions where her knowledge could mean the difference between life and death. Emotional intelligence and communication. African bush elephants possess one of the most sophisticated communication systems in the animal kingdom. Their emotional intelligence rivals that of great apes, dolphins, and humans, demonstrated through behaviors that suggest self-awareness, empathy, and complex problem-solving abilities. Elephants communicate through a remarkable range of vocalizations, from the trumpeting calls that can be heard for miles to infrasonic rumbles below the range of human hearing. These low-frequency calls, produced by specialized muscles in their foreheads, can travel through the ground for distances up to 6 miles, allowing separated family members to maintain contact across vast landscapes. Their emotional capacity becomes most apparent during times of distress or loss. Elephants have been observed returning to the bones of deceased family members, gently touching and examining the remains with their trunks in what appears to be a form of mourning behavior. They show obvious distress when a family member is injured or dies, sometimes remaining with the body for days and covering it with branches and vegetation. Young elephants who witness traumatic events, such as the death of their mothers, can exhibit symptoms remarkably similar to post-traumatic stress disorder in humans. They may become withdrawn, show increased aggression, or fail to develop normal social behaviors. This has profound implications for elephant populations affected by poaching and habitat destruction. Ecological engineers. African bush elephants serve as ecosystem engineers, fundamentally shaping the landscapes they inhabit. Their feeding habits create a mosaic of different habitat types that benefit countless other species. When elephants push down trees and strip bark, they create openings in dense woodlands that allow grasslands to flourish, supporting grazing species like zebras, wildebeest, and buffalo. Their dung serves as a mobile fertilizer distribution system, spreading seeds across vast distances. Many plant species, particularly large-seeded fruits, depend entirely on elephants for dispersal. A single elephant can deposit seeds up to 40 miles from where they were consumed, helping maintain genetic diversity in plant populations across fragmented landscapes. During dry seasons, elephants use their tusks and feet to dig water holes that become lifelines for other animals. These elephant-created water sources often remain active long after natural ones have dried up, supporting entire communities of wildlife through the harshest conditions. Challenges in conservation. Despite their intelligence, strength, and ecological importance, African bush elephants face unprecedented challenges in the modern world. Habitat loss due to human expansion, agricultural development, and climate change continues to fragment their traditional ranges. As human populations grow and expand into elephant territory, human-elephant conflict becomes increasingly common, often resulting in crop damage, property destruction, and sometimes human casualties. The illegal ivory trade remains the most immediate threat to elephant populations. Despite international bans on ivory trading, poaching continues to devastate elephant herds across Africa. The loss of older elephants to poaching is particularly devastating because it removes the repositories of ecological knowledge that guide family groups through environmental challenges. Climate change adds another layer of complexity to elephant conservation. As rainfall patterns shift and droughts become more frequent and severe, traditional water sources and migration routes may no longer be reliable. Elephants, with their long lifespans and strong adherence to traditional patterns, may struggle to adapt quickly enough to rapidly changing conditions. The path forward. The future of African bush elephants depends on our ability to find sustainable solutions that allow humans and elephants to coexist. Conservation efforts are increasingly focusing on community-based approaches that provide economic incentives for local people to protect elephants rather than view them as threats or resources to exploit. Anti-poaching initiatives, supported by advanced technology including drones, satellite tracking, and rapid response teams, are helping to reduce the illegal killing of elephants. International cooperation to reduce demand for ivory, particularly in Asian markets, is also crucial for long-term elephant survival. As we continue to study these remarkable animals, we discover new depths to their intelligence, emotional capacity, and ecological importance. Each revelation reinforces the truth that African bush elephants are not just magnificent wildlife specimens, but complex beings whose lives are intricately woven into the fabric of African ecosystems. The secrets of the African bush elephant, their incredible strength, deep family bonds, and rich emotional lives, remind us that we share this planet with creatures of extraordinary complexity and beauty. Protecting them is not just about preserving a species, but about maintaining the integrity of entire ecosystems and honoring our responsibility as stewards of the natural world. In saving the elephants, we ultimately save a piece of Africa's soul and preserve one of nature's most profound expressions of intelligence, community, and resilience. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more videos.